Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your boy, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, family, we are here. Another game tomorrow, another game against Morgan State Bears, another HBCU are coming into Colonial Life Arena. If you stumbled upon this podcast, you stumbled upon this YouTube channel, you are now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your boy, Captain Will. We talking Morgan State. We talking those AP polls versus the net rankings. We talking about where do we stand after 7 games for the Lady Gamecocks. Where do we stand? 7 games, 2 tough games over the long weekend, Thursday and Sunday against North Carolina, then against Duke on Tobacco Road. 2 tough games, but the Gamecocks came out victorious once again. That's what we do. That's what we do. So let's talk about these net rankings. Let's talk about these net rankings versus the AP poll. And you know, the AP poll gets all the publicity. It gets all the pub. It looks nice having that number beside the team when the rankings come out on Monday. It looks nice when they're with ESPN and all the various different networks hype up the next ball game. And when you look at the AP poll are voters of media and I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the AP poll because it doesn't take into account so many different things. It doesn't take into account so many different things. And it just basically means you win, you go up, you lose, you go down. Okay? It doesn't take into account the strength of schedule. It doesn't take into account where the game is. That's why I'm more of a fan of the net rankings. I'm more of a fan of net rankings because it gives all these different structures or reasons why a team is ranked. Okay, so the net rankings is like this. It takes into account, of course, the game results. Okay, that's the first thing. So the wins and losses, that matters. It also takes into account the strength of schedule. Strength of schedule matters, y'all. Strength of schedule matters. If you are playing a lot of scrub teams, the AP poll don't take that into account. It has no bearing whatsoever in the AP poll. Oh, such and such team won again. Such and such team is 17-0. Such and such team is 20-0. They should be ranked high, right? Because the teams that they were behind, they lost. So we're going to bump this team right on up. Net ranking don't work like that. It takes the strength of schedule. So it takes into account if you're playing cupcake teams or if you are playing really nice teams. Those things matter to me. And it also takes into account the game location. So if you are playing two tough teams like we did over the weekend, we played at North Carolina in front of a sellout crowd. We played at Duke, 2 highly contested, hostile environments. And the net ranking takes that into account. AP poll does not. They could care less. The game can be played on the moon. They don't matter with them. It don't matter with them. But we all know that home court matters. Why do you think we got this huge home court advantage at Colonial Life Arena in front of 18,000 screaming fans? Those things matter. Those things matter. Also, scoring margin. Scoring margin matters as well. Scoring margin matters as well because of this reason right here. If you're playing tough teams, the scoring margin going to be smaller, but it rolls in the strength of schedule. Okay, if you're playing a bunch of cupcake teams, you're going to blow out teams, right? So that factors in as well. Scoring margin. Not saying that if you play a team by 45 points, and that team is ranked 250th. That you should get points for that. Not at all. Not at all. That's why we have to talk about strength of schedule. Strength of schedule matters. So if you beat a team like a Duke team who was very good by a few points, those things matters to me. Those things matters to me, and it matters in the net ranking. Okay, then we talk about the another thing is the net rankings take is the offensive efficiency and the defensive efficiency. AP poll don't do that. They don't do that. It takes into account what actually happens on the defensive end and also the offensive end. So you got a team like South Carolina who's efficient in both offensively and defensively. That helps our net ranking. So you have a lot of teams. You had a lot of teams that are great offensively, great scoring points at will, but don't do nothing on the defensive end. Last time Captain Will checked, offense and defense matters. So your efficiency on the offensive end and your efficiency on the defensive end has a metric when we are weighing in for the net ranking. And finally, the quality of wins and losses. This goes on and on what I've been saying about cupcake games. You shouldn't get high value for playing a culinary school. You should not get high. Let me talk about Utah. Utah has played 2 teams that are not Division I. 2 teams that ain't even Division I. Okay, now we played Mississippi Valley State. We playing Morgan State. 2 teams that are Division I, but Utah got 2 teams on their credit that they getting stats for that ain't even Division I. And I talk about playing a culinary school. I talk about playing a Job Corps. Utah ain't even playing them. Utah playing a junior high school team. You got to be kidding me. And they're getting stats for their points and their assists and all this other crap because they played them. But all these things matter. Quality wins and losses. And we're going to dive deep talking about Utah, who we play on December the 10th. I got a lot to say about Utah, but we're going to just keep it 100. And talk about the net rankings versus the AP poll, then some Morgan State. AP poll, don't get it twisted. Don't get involved with the AP poll. I say ban the AP poll. I don't give a damn about no AP poll. Because you look at the net rankings. You look at the net rankings. South Carolina #1 in net rankings and the #1 in the AP poll. Okay. All right. Then you got a team like Stanford, who plays quality teams. And the metrics that I told you, Stanford is ranked #2 in the net rankings. AP poll got them #9. We talk about Texas. Texas is pretty even. 3rd in the net rankings, 5th in the AP poll. Utah, a quality team. They're going to give us a run on Sunday. They are ranked 4th in the net rankings, but 11th in the AP poll. So you looking at that, like it's a different metric, right? Yeah, because Utah, according to the metrics, net ranking is better than what the AP pollers are saying. Notre Dame lost 1 basketball game. You know who Notre Dame lost to? Us. That's who they lost to. They are ranked 5th in the net rankings and 14th in the AP poll. Notre Dame has played a high quality schedule. So they should get rewarded for that schedule that they're doing. Then you got Iowa. Iowa's ranked #6 in the net rankings, 4th in the AP poll. Not much of a difference. Michigan State. Here's a kicker right here. Michigan State is 7th ranked in the net rankings. They ain't even ranked in the AP poll. What they tell me? That they don't even, AP pollers don't give a damn about no Michigan State. They don't care at all. But what Michigan State is doing, they got some quality wins. They playing a tough schedule. They are doing well. And they are definitely one to watch this season. Michigan State get high praise from your boy Captain Will. Then we talk about UCLA, who's 8th ranked in the net rankings, but got a #2 in the AP poll. That's a big difference to me. That's a big difference. North Carolina State, 9th ranked in the net rankings, but 3 overall in the AP poll. North Carolina State has not played a great schedule yet, but they are winning basketball games handily. Kansas State ranked 10th in the net rankings, but 13th in the AP poll. You know some teams that you did not hear? Because that was the top 10 according to net rankings. You know some teams you did not hear? Yeah, we're going to talk about those Southern Cal. now. Southern Cal and that sorry schedule they got going on. Right now, 12th in net ranking, 6th in the AP poll. We know they scoring a lot of points. We know Juju Watkins is doing her work, but they ain't got any, they ain't gotten to the bulk of their tough schedule yet. So right now they got net rankings because schedules matter, right? Schedules matter. They got them 12th ranked. So then we move on to old LSU. LSU is ranked 7th in AP poll. They are ranked 20th according to the net rankings. And why is that big discrepancy? Because LSU ain't playing no damn body. They played one quality team in Colorado. One quality team in Colorado, and they lost. The rest of these schools that LSU been playing has not been good. They beat a Virginia Tech team, but Virginia Tech is not as good as people think, and we starting to see that. We are starting to see that. The Virginia Tech is not up to the hype that they were last year, even though they got Amore, and even though they got Kelly. They are not that team no more. So LSU is getting credit according to the AP poll, but a lot of times because of who they playing versus who they playing, if you know what I mean. So if you playing junior colleges and small teams, you're going to blow them out. Oh, you're going to have all these points. You're going to do all these things, but they have not played a strength of schedule that's worth anything. Their strength of schedule, I want to say, is 109th. There are 360 teams in women's college basketball Division I. LSU have the 109th ranked strength of schedule. They ain't played nobody, y'all. They ain't played nobody. Don't get misconstrued with the AP poll is what I'm saying. And then Colorado. Colorado had that big victory over LSU, the first game of the season. They're ranked 19th according to the net rankings. 19th. But their schedule ain't been much either, other than playing at LSU. They ain't been, and then 8th ranked in the AP poll. But Colorado's a good basketball team. 15th is Baylor. Baylor's ranked 15th according to net rankings, but 10th in the AP poll. What I'm saying to y'all, you keep an eye on the AP poll, but don't get misconstrued about the AP poll and this team is that team. No, don't get that twisted because it does not account for so many factors. It don't care. It's just something. It's a lot of bias with the AP poll because certain voters like such and such or dislike such and such, and it irritates the crap out of me. Just go. Let the computers do it. That's what the computers are for. Let the computers do it and spit it out like that. If you're playing a tough schedule, get rewarded. That's how I say you're playing a tough schedule, quality of wins and losses, because quality losses matter too. Because if you lose, because there's a whole lot of things. Oh, UConn ranked number 17th in the AP poll. 17th in the AP poll. And it's the first time in 30 years that UConn been out of the top 15. Okay, they've lost, but this is the thing that they're not talking about. They're not talking about this right here. UConn has also played the number one strength of schedule in college basketball. So if you got a team like UConn playing the number one strength of schedule versus a team like LSU who playing the 109th ranked strength of schedule, those things matter. So if UConn was playing the 109th ranked schedule, they wouldn't be out the top 15 because they ain't scheduling those cupcake. They ain't scheduling those cupcake games like LSU have. When the games actually matter, don't get confused about UConn. UConn is a really good team. We gotta have a game when we play against UConn. Don't worry about no damn AP poll. Don't be that. UConn is a good basketball team. They just happen to play the number one ranked schedule in basketball. Okay, so they'll be there when it all matters. So I don't get twisted with that. Now let's talk about South Carolina and their ranking. So like I said before, South Carolina ranking net ranking is number one in the country, number one in the AP poll, 14th ranked strength of schedule, 14th ranked out of 360 different schools. So South Carolina ain't afraid of no smoke, and we play a tough schedule. offensive ranking. We're 10th in the country. 10th in the country. That's very good. If you don't mind me, that is very good. According to pace, we are 22nd in the country. 22nd in the country. We still run. We still get out there on that break. That's what we do. Offensive field goal percentage. We are 11th in the country. Offensive field goal percentage. We are still putting in work and putting the basketball in the basket. And at a current rate of 50%. That puts us at 11th in the country. 2-point percentage. We're 34th in the country at 54%. Okay? 3-point percentage. This is a key stat for South Carolina fans. This is what we've been lacking all our history of South Carolina. South Carolina right now, according to 3-point percentage, is 26th in the country of the United States of America. 26. We are shooting at a clip of 38% from the 3-point line. Who would have thought that the University of South Carolina Gamecocks would be shooting at 38% from the 3-point line? You know what that is? That is a Tahina Pow factor. That is a improved 3-point shooting of a Raven Johnson. That is improved 3-point shooting of a Bree Hall, adding Tessa Johnson. That is why we are shooting 38%. Now, we don't shoot a whole ton of threes like a Iowa. We don't shoot a whole ton of threes like a Utah or a Connecticut. We don't do that. But what we do when we shoot our 3-pointers, they go in. And that goes into account that 0 for 12 against old South Dakota State that we didn't shoot well, where Tahina Pow was not in the ball game. But she's back, and she is hitting over 50% of her 3-pointers. So Tahina Pow shooting 5-6 3-pointers is what we want every single game. That's what I want in Morgan State tomorrow, for her to launch that 3 and shoot it up. Those lights out, Tahina Pow. Then we got free throw percentage. Now, the free throw percentage is a thing that we have to work on. We have to continue to get better. We are ranked 299th. 299th out of 360 teams. That's 64%. Now, this last game, we shot 70%. So we went up some. We got to play well at the free throw line tomorrow against Morgan State. They free throws. Nobody ain't guarding you. Let's hit those free throws, okay? Assists. We are 5th in the country. We are 5th in the country in terms of assists. 5th in the country. So at 22%, 22% of the baskets that are made by the South Carolina Gamecocks end up in an assist. I love that, but you are headed up. And the reason why we 5th in assists is because we got, in my opinion, the best backcourt in the country in Tahina Pow and one Hollywood Raven Johnson. That is why we are elite at assists. And as far as turnovers, we're 34th in the country. Still really good. We're giving up 13 turnovers a game. 13 turnovers a game. 34th in the country out of 360 teams. That about 8% per sal. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but we top. We in the top 92%. I say that right there. Assist to turnover rate, we 10th. That means we are taking care of the ball as well as getting assists. 10th in the country. Turnover rate is 1.65. South Carolina is taking care of the ball. We are getting assists. We are finishing at the basket. We are shooting the 3. Offensively, we are a great basketball team through 7 basketball games. Then we talk about the defensive rating. So I already said that offensive rating, we are 10th. Offensive rating, we are 10th. Defensive rating, we 2nd. 2nd in the country in terms of defensive rating. Who is better than South Carolina right now after 7 games? Nobody. 10th in the country as far as offensive rating, and 2nd in the country in terms of defensive rating. Field goal percentage, defensive field goal percentage, we first. We first at 29%. Okay, 2-point percentage allowed. We are first, 31%. 3-point percentage allowed. We are 48th at 25%. And I know over the course of the weekend, both teams, Duke and North Carolina, played well against a 3. But all in all, we are 48th in the country as far as defending the three-point basket. And we know we got a plan for Utah because they launch a lot of three-pointers, but we'll talk more about that at a later time. Steals a game. We are 57th in the country. 57th in the country in terms of steals at 10 steals a game. Block shots. You know we number one in block shots. Number one, averaging over 10 blocks a game. Camila Cardoza and Ashlyn Watkins are a twin tower combination that nobody in the country have in terms of block shots. You have some teams that have some big players, 6'5", 6'6" players, but they don't block the basketball like the South Carolina Gamecocks. Offensive rebounding percentage, we are 9th in the country. I love that stat. 9th in the country in terms of offensive rebounding percentage. Defensive rebounding percentage, we have 42nd in the country. South Carolina is a great rebounding team. Now, we do have some lapses where the opponent might slip in and get some offensive rebounds that we should be getting the defensive rebound. That happens. But all in all, we are 9th in offensive rebounding and 42nd in defensive rebounding. Now, let's break down. And the way I break down this right here, the way I break down this right here is the players that play over 15 minutes a game. Let's analyze where they are after 7 games. So we talk about Raven Johnson. Raven Johnson is averaging 30 minutes a game, more than anybody on the basketball team. 30 minutes a game. Point guard extraordinaire, Hollywood doing her work, averaging 11 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals per game. Only 2 turnovers. A 7 assists to 2 turnovers is outstanding. One of the best in the country. She's shooting 53% from the field goal range. Okay? 50% from the field goal range and 42% from 3. That is Raven Johnson. That's the same Raven Johnson that old Caitlin Clark was waving out. That's the same Raven Johnson. I tell you this right here, old Caitlin Clark. You try to wave off Raven Johnson, she gonna blow them lights out at your eyes. That's what Raven Johnson gonna do because she hitting up 42%. You know that? Caitlin Clark, you ain't hitting 42% from the three-point line. I don't give a damn how many logo threes you shoot. I don't care how many shots you take. You ain't shooting 42%. Nope, that is one Raven Johnson, point guard extraordinaire. 11 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, shooting 53% from the field, 42% from the three-point line. She got to improve her free throw shooting. Got to improve that because it's only 56%. But Raven Johnson is playing outstanding and one of the best guards in the SEC and one of the best guards in the country. Raven Johnson is doing her thing. Then we go to Camila Cardoza. Camila Cardoza is averaging 28 minutes a game. Last season, she averaged about 18 minutes a game. This year, she got 28 minutes a game, averaging 15 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, shooting 60% from field goal range. Camila Cardoza is her, ladies and gentlemen. So you have people who compliment and then kind of do a little punch, talking about Camila Cardoza, talking about her post moves, talking about this or that. I tell you this right here. Every team, all 360 basketball teams in this country would love to have a Camila Cardoza, but we have her. She's still averaging 3 block shots a game. She's shooting 62% from the free throw line. So we got to improve that because I think last year she averaged about 68% from the free throw line. I think the odds are that she's going to improve her free throw shooting as this season goes along. Bree Hall, who had 2 great games against Duke and against North Carolina. Bree Hall is averaging 27 minutes a game, 9 points a game, 3 rebounds, 40% from the field goal range and 37% from the 3. And what I also like about Breezy Hall is shooting 8% from the free throw line. She, over these last 2 games, have found her niche. She has found her position, and she is balling out. And I expect Breezy Hall to continue that stellar play as this season goes on, and especially against the Morgan State Bears tomorrow. Bree Hall has arrived, y'all, and we are so happy to have her. She is welcome at the table, and she can stay as long as she wants to. Then we have Tahina Pow averaging 27 minutes a game, along with Bree Hall. Tahina is doing what she came in here to do, averaging 13 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, shooting 48% from the field, and a whopping 53% from the three-point line. Tahina Pow, lights out herself, is balling out and showing why she chose South Carolina and showing why she is the one that we needed on this basketball team in terms of transfers. Tahina Pow is playing good defense, balling out on offense. One little itty bitty stat. She's shooting 63% from the free throw line, and I think that's an anomaly because Tahina lights out is a lights out free throw shooter. As more volume happens, though, that percentage will increase. Then we got Malaysia Fulwiley, who's averaging 19 minutes a game, super freshman, who is the 13th ranked freshman in the country according to ESPN in the 2023 rankings, averaging 12 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, about a block and a half. Yeah, a block and a half at 5'10" guard, 48% from the field, 31% from the three, and has 71% at the free throw line. Malaysia Fulwiley is growing every single game that she is playing. She's growing offensively, but most importantly, she is growing defensively, which is going to be a key for her staying on the court and continue this 19 minutes, 20 minutes a game. I expect great things from Malaysia Fulwiley on tomorrow. Chloe Kitts. And we got I made an announcement. Y'all send me a whole bunch of nicknames with old Chloe. So Chloe Skordashian Kitts is putting that work in. I said it. Chloe Skordashian. That's what she's going to be for me every time she's out on the court. 19 minutes a game, averaging double figures in points, 6 rebounds, 48% from the field and 68% from the free throw line, and 100% of you don't want none. That's what Chloe Skordashian is doing out there on the court. Blonde hair and eyelashes galore, bringing that pain at the power forward position. She is improving. She's improved her defense. She's improving her offense. She has that mid-range jumper. She finds her way to the basket. And what I like most about old Chloe Skordashian is that she got that dog in her. That's what I love about Chloe. And last but not least, averaging 18 minutes is Ashlyn Watkins. Ashlyn Watkins averaging 18 minutes, 9.7 rebounds, 3 blocks a game, 40% from the field, 43% from the free throw line. So she got to improve on that. But in 18 minutes a game, averaging close to a double-double and 3 block shots a game, Ashlyn Watkins is one of the best 6 women in the SEC. And I only see her time increase and her getting better and more settled. South Carolina is in a great place after 7 games. We are the number 1 team in the country with a bullet and a star. We are 10th ranked according to offensive efficiency. We are number 1 in terms of defensive efficiency, and we have the 14th ranked strength of schedule, meaning that we ain't scared of nobody. So Utah, we want y'all smoke up there in Mohegan Sun on December the 10th at 2:30, 4:30, whatever time the game is going to be. It's going to be some good basketball going down up in old Mohegan Sun. And as far as the Morgan State Bears, this is a great game for y'all. Y'all are playing in front of a huge arena, in front of a lot of fans who are going to be there. Most fans that you ever played in front of. So you come down to South Carolina. You take the bus down to Columbia, South Carolina. Make sure you get some country food. Make sure you go take a picture in front of the statue that has Asia Wilson glorifying the Colonial Life Arena. But when the ball is rolled out on the court, it's going to be a blowout, y'all. It's going to be a blowout. You know it's going to be a blowout. Will it be the blowout that it was against Mississippi Valley State? I think it's going to be a little bit better. I think it's going to be more so along the lines of a blowout like we beat up on Clemson, maybe 60, 65 points, something of that nature. But Morgan State, this is a learning experience for y'all, and it's a way for, I guess, our 5-star players who don't play as much to get a lot of run tomorrow. It's a win-win for everybody and concern. It's on ESPN Plus tomorrow at 7 p.m. Captain Will will be going live after the game, about 15 minutes after the ball game ends, and we're going to have a party on Wednesday night like we always do. This concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your boy, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I can continue to bring you that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. You now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your boy, Captain Will. Let's go. Let's go.